What's up, all you cozy book babes and besties? I am here with the actual end of the October boxes. I did get my Fairyloot in time, and by happenstance, the Owlcrate that I filmed before, including the Deathless one, was not in fact October's book. It was a very, very, very late September box, which I only discovered looking at other people's videos. So we are here to do the actual Adult Owlcrate box for October, which I think I did see a spoiler for it, and now I am concerned that it might match another certain book that we already opened in the last video. We'll find out. And the one I'm so excited for is the Young Adult Fairyloot Full Items box. Now, I have previously had Fairyloot. I have many Fairyloot editions. I was a longtime subscriber to them back around 2020. I was with them for a couple of years, and then I got kind of upset because I was part of the group that ordered the special edition of Fourth Wing that was supposed to have come with have been signed, and then one went out later than what they promised whenever we ordered it, and two, messed up the printing so that none of the signatures actually came with it. And so I asked about if there was going to be some kind of recompense, because that was part of what I was paying for, was a signed edition of Fourth Wing, to which I got some not so nice replies back that I could pay them to ship it back for a partial refund or just deal with it. And so I got very annoyed. I hadn't been very happy with a lot of the items at that point. One of the biggest things that I did love was the tarot cards, but kind of as time has passed, I've seen more and more unboxings, and it seems that the items that are included are not as kitschy. So I'm really excited to see if that changes. But this is going to be obviously a much shorter video than last time because there's a fewer boxes. But I did want to get into these because I do want to add them to my TBR jar, which the TBR takedown will begin soon. So first up is the Adult Fantasy of the Owlcrate. Now again, I thought the one that I opened on the last video was my October box. It definitely was not. So, per usual, always a little bit stuck. So many crinkles. Unfortunately, crinkles are not. And I fear I was appropriately spoiled when I saw this. Oh my gosh, come out of the box. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Gorgeous. But now I'm a little bit annoyed with myself for the book that I picked for Book of the Month, because it's the same book. And I paid extra. I paid $2 extra on Book of the Month, which in itself isn't much. But like in this economy, we're in a shutdown. And I spent $2 extra to have the sprayed edges. But I guess now we can have a comparison. So we have the Red City. Conveniently, I put it right here as I set up my bookshelf. Similar to the Red City. This is the Book of Month edition with the sprayed edge. This is the Fairyloot edition. Obviously, I'm probably going to keep this one. I do want to see, this does make it where I can compare editions to itself. So, for this one, we still have what is the lion? Is it Griffin? I can never remember. But this one also has a fox on it, which is very cute. So one becomes the other becomes the one is the back Owlcrate edition. I said Fairyloot edition. The Owlcrate edition. One becomes the other becomes the one is the statement on the back of this. And if you remember, the Book of the Month copy said, alchemy and ambition, power and perfection, love and lies, welcome to Angel City, don't let it break your heart. And was very excited to read it off of this. But these sprayed edges are, if it'll focus on it, absolutely gorgeous. I do like these better than the City Skyline from the Book of the Month. The City Skyline is still gorgeous, but I do like this one better. So first, let's look at the end pages. Ooh. I'm just gonna take the dust jacket off. Oh my gosh, okay. The actual cover. I like that artwork, so beautiful. I think that gorgeous. And then the back one, also super gorgeous. Love that. We do have the signature page, which is, I don't think was included in this one. Is not something that's included with the Book of the Month one. And then as far as the dust jacket, also the reversible, gorgeous as well. So I think that is super beautiful. It does say, we would have lost each other anyway. Don't forget about me, okay? I much prefer this cover, but both of them are absolutely gorgeous. And it says, when you win the game of power, who do you lose? And so, I mean, obviously I'm going to keep this. I don't need 2 copies of the same book, so I need to give a new home for the Book of the Month edition, but I guess that means that my TBR is not expanded a little bit. But I am frustrated that I picked and paid for the Book of the Month edition when it did come in the Adult Owlcrate and did come kind of late. So better than never, but still really excited to read it. Still pumped to do it. So next, the thing I've been waiting on. I also am still on the wait list for the 3-book box, which per Reddit and the internet can take a couple of years to get on, which is never a fun thought, that it might take forever for you to get something. I remember the very first time that I signed up for Fairyloot, I think I was only on waitlisted for like a couple weeks. I've been on the waitlist for close to a year, and I finally got my first box. So we'll peek at it together. Ooh. Oh, is that a blanket? Oh my gosh. Okay. Very excited. I do. Okay. So the pin from the Owlcrate box was Emily Wilde. This is an Emily Wilde blanket. Obviously, we're going to take a look at it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. She's cute, fuzzy. You're going to be able to see it before I do, is it? Oh my gosh, it goes this way. Okay. So, we've got a little jag. I'm on the floor, so I can't hold it too high. But, oh, okay. I thought those were fun. I know a lot of people don't have the best feelings about the Emily Wilde books. I thought they were cute. Since that was right at the top, we'll do this too. So, spoiler card, if you want to pause, read the items that included. I don't want to know about it. This, I'm going to hide it for myself. This is the artwork on the top of the card. I will look at those later. So, other than the blanket, the first thing that we have is the Air of Storms bookmarks. The foil bookmarks. I'm sorry, I'm like getting a peek at what's underneath of them. And so, got this one. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't think I've read Air of Storms. I'll look at the card. Unless I'm being crazy. Because at first I thought it was part of Throne of Glass, and then I was like, no, that's Air of Fire, not Air of Storms. They're adorable. I love them. And it has all of their names on it. So when I eventually get and read that one, we'll be excited. What I got excited about is the 1,000 piece puzzle. I love a puzzle. This is the Floating World puzzle, which I don't know that's gorgeous. If you can look at that's really exciting. Now, I haven't read it, but I do find these so far to be fun, practical. They've given embroidery sets before. I love puzzles. I'll add this to my puzzle shelf. I love a blanket. So, very excited about those. And it sounds like, since the last time I had this, there was only occasionally the chapter overlays. Now it sounds like this is an every box thing. And so, oh, I can already tell I'm gonna like absolutely adore. Like, I love the artwork for these. Oh, why? Like, they're so beautiful. Oh, there's two men. I don't know. Is it gonna be a wide shoe? I don't know, but those are absolutely gorgeous. Ugh. Underneath. Now, I obviously started this a little bit late, didn't get in at the very beginning of the new deck, so I will be a few short, but this is our bookmark for the month, which matches our spoiler card, so gorgeous. And then we've got the Hermit Tarot card and Strength. Gorgeous. And now for the exciting bit is the book itself. I have not heard of this, and I don't think I've heard of this author as either. I was almost really disappointed in the sprayed edges because this is what I saw first. And I was like, if you gave me solid sprayed edges, I'm going to lose my mind. But no, it's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. So it is Thorn Season by Kiera Azar. I committed my second treasonous act of the day and reached for my specter. It reeled out of me like a thread from an internal skein, and I exhaled as the ever-present tightness eased within me. This is a cover. Gorgeous. Love the artwork. Let's take the dust jacket off. The book itself also, this is the thing, is while I got grumpy at Fairyloot in the past for stuff, it sounds like things have gotten better. I've always loved their editions. They are always gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That's the front. And then, oh, you've got some foiling in it as well, too. Gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. Okay. And then we got the printed in letter for the book. This was the other thing that I did not like that Fairyloot took a turn. Previously, back when I originally had the box, Fairyloot had this letter separately in the box. The signature was not on it was also on the card, but they would have the signature in here. And it seems like they've abandoned that entirely. And so unlike where Owlcrate, Illumicrate, everyone else does it on the actual book, Fairyloot has abandoned that. Fairyloot now says you can have our printed letter, which isn't even looking like it's handwritten. So that does still bum me. I did prefer when the card was separate. You could keep it if you wanted. They had a whole binder for just the artwork itself. It actually came on the back of one of the art prints, and so you got to keep it that way too. This is the reversible dust jacket. That is also gorgeous. That's giving like Beauty and the Beast rose. I don't know if it's supposed to, but it does. This one says, court is filled with charming vipers, I said, chin lifted, but charming or not, we are vipers all the same. Kiera Azar was born in Surrey, where she grew up acting, singing, and songwriting, making her screen debut in the Netflix adaptation of Shadow and Bone. Oh. I didn't know that. Okay. So, Thorn Season. In the kingdom of Derridon, a persecuted few of wielders, able to exert a physical power that extends beyond their visible body, a shimmering tendril that can pick a lock, a gentle coil that reaches out to giving a loving caress, or an inexorable rope that will kill a man before he knows it is around his neck. Feared and mistrusted for this ability, wielders have always been hunted. Alyssa Payne, heiress of a noble lineage, daughter of a hunted family, is also a wielder. Hunted and hunter. As she approaches her 18th season, this is a young adult, so I'm not too surprised it's an 18-year-old. Alyssa knows she has escaped execution so far only through painful self-control and the fragile efforts of her beloved father. Summoned to the harsh and glittering royal court for the debutante season. Oh, I love it. I love Bridgerton. This is like Bridgerton fantasy already. Sounds wonderful. Court for the debutante season, Alyssa finds herself trapped in a web of hidden intentions and caught between two equally dangerous men. One is a brutal ruler with the handsome face of a fairy tale prince who would see her destroyed in an instant if the truth were known, and the other a beguiling foreign ambassador with secret agendas of his own. It's rose season at the palace, but Alyssa knows that survival will depend on being the most vicious of thorns. I feel like you're going to have a dark male character, a gray character, and I feel like she is going to be gray too, and I love that. But just for checking, so all of the items, so the collectible of the month is the tarot cards, which are always based on the book. The puzzle is from the Floating World by Axio, which I have never heard of. It looks gorgeous. The foiled bookmarks are Air of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray. Also hadn't heard of that one. The blanket is designed by the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett, which I have read the first two. I need to read the third one, which I talked about, I think, in the last video. And the overlays are to go inside of this book. And it does tell you on this card, which I need to make sure I don't lose, tells you where that you can place them. The past ones, whenever it was for random books, is they would print it. So I kind of like that they have this separately so that you know where you place them. I like that it is a beautiful artwork edition that matches the other art. It doesn't add up a lot of space. Once you read the book and you tuck everything in, everything fits in very well. So while these came a little bit late, hopefully next time for the November boxes, now that we're caught up with the Owlcrate, that shouldn't be an issue for the next round of all of this. But hopefully everything comes in time so I can do it all in one video. But I couldn't wait to do this any longer because I really wanted to open the Fairyloot box and I didn't want that to be something that I had to wait on. So I am very excited. I'm going to add this to my jar. But otherwise, now I need to find a good home for the Red City. I don't know. We'll have to find a good home for it. But if you missed out on one of these boxes, just know that you could have just gotten a duplicate. So anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can watch along with other videos. I will be starting a TBR jar challenge because again, I have hundreds of books that I need to get through and I am only adding more. I've also gotten a few more ARCs that I actually won from Berkeley Publishing, which was really, really exciting. So those are in the jar. I've got a lot of NetGalley books. I'm going to be doing NetGalley November. So join along, like and subscribe. Leave a little purple heart at the bottom of this. Actually, leave a little red heart and a lion for celebration / joint grieving that we've got the same book more than once. Little red heart and a lion in the comments if you stayed until this point. As always, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being a cozy book bestie.